We're not going to tell you that you're okay. We're not going to tell you that it's okay for you to continue in wickedness. If you're looking for that, they got plenty of other camps that could give you that, but we're not going to give you that.
Nope.
We're going to give you the Bible, thus saith the Lord. If you don't like it, turn the channel.
And when a sister or brother come at me like that, you know how I look at them? Like, nigga, you trying to get me killed. That's how I look at them. Don't come here with no foolishness to me. If I give you the wrong judgment, what the Most High is going to do with me? Okay, I'm going to get judged. So I don't play with that. I tell them, the minute I see, first I got to see, are you confused? Do you not understand? That's why a lot of times I tell them, we've been teaching this. We have videos on this. How long have you been watching? Did you just start watching? And then once I clear that up, then I know how to deal with them. But if it's somebody who's been watching for a long time and I see that they website surfing and jumping from, I'm coming out hard on them. You trying to get me killed. This is not a game. Don't try to come and play on my emotions, because when it comes to stuff like that, I have none. My emotions is what the scriptures say.
Yep. Deuteronomy 22. Deuteronomy 22. Now we're going to go into the law of Moses and see if betrothal is marriage. So I was told that sex is this marriage and that's it. Okay? You keep on telling yourself that. You're going to be at them 7 men in Tobit. Deuteronomy 22 verse 21.
Deuteronomy 22 verse 21. Then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house.
No, 22, I'm sorry. 22 verse 22, I'm sorry.
Deuteronomy 22 verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the woman that lay with the woman, both the man that lay with the woman, and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
What is this?
Adultery.
Adultery. It says now, I want you to pay attention now. It says married to an husband, right? Anyone see that? Mm-hmm. Married to an husband means what? No. Isaac.
Married to a husband meaning covenant, slept together.
Very good. Speak loud. Stand up and speak loud. I can't understand.
They got the instruments of covenant, and they slept together and they're together.
Very good. Very good. They lay together. Now we're going to read the next verse. So far we read adultery here, right? Everyone clear that's adultery? Yeah. Who confused? Okay. 23.
Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband.
Now, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband. Come on.
And a man find her in the city and lie with her.
And a man finds her in the city and lay with her. Come on.
Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die.
Kill them both. The man and the woman, just like the woman earlier in the verse 22. Why? Come on.
The damsel because she cried not.
The damsel because she wanted it. It was consensual. There was no rape involved. All right, come on.
Being in the city, and the man because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife.
He did what?
He humbled his neighbor's wife.
Oh man, he humbled his neighbor's wife?
He humbled his neighbor's wife.
Weren't they betrothed? They were engaged yet. They didn't have sex yet. So how's he guilty of breaking the law? I thought sex is marriage. There's a betrothed unto an husband. He has humbled his neighbor's wife because she's already his wife before that. She's already his wife before that. You understand? Yes. Read on.
So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
Just like the people in verse 22. Because they committed adultery. So when you sleep with an engaged woman, you are having sex with another man's wife.
Right, because that's letting you, I'm glad you cleared that up, because I didn't want any confusion to go out there. That 23 is heavy, because it's speaking about a damsel, excuse me, that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband. Okay, so they're in the courtship stage, and another man grab her and have sex with her, and she don't cry. That means death. That's what the Most High is saying.
What he's saying is, the cry meaning she should be saying, yo, get off of me.
Right.
You know I'm talking to so-and-so.
I'm promised to so-and-so.
I'm promised to him. You know it. Okay, she's not crying out. She's not telling him, listen, this ain't going down. It's showing that because she didn't cry out and make it clear, she's consenting to it, so she deserves death.
That's why I went earlier into how the marriages were arranged. That's how the marriages were arranged. So as it says, the damsel cried not. She understood that she was promised to somebody else, but didn't care. Went and lay with somebody else anyway. You understand? That's why it says betrothed. They were promised one to another. All right, engaged or fiance, whatever you want to term you want to use. Let's get 1 Corinthians 7:36. So the woman goes and lays with a man outside the one that she's engaged to or espoused to or promised to. She is an adulteress. But guess what? If a man gets a woman and they're promised to each other, guess what? If you don't want to lay with her, they're still married. She can't go nowhere. And we're going to read that in here. 1 Corinthians 7:36.
1 Corinthians 7 verse 36. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin,
Toward the woman he's engaged to, come on.
if she pass the flower of her
She's
age,
beyond the age that she can have kids. She's older. She's grown. Come on.
and need so require,
And he wants to have sex now.
let
Okay, he tried to go without it. He's trying to do the work for the Lord. He's promised to a sister, but he's doing the work of the Lord. Like, you know what? I can't take it. I gotta consummate this marriage. I gotta lay with her. It says, read again, that part.
But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his
If
virgin,
he feels he's wrong by doing the Lord's work, by not laying with his engaged woman, come on.
if she pass the flower of her age,
She's at the age that she can have kids, come on.
and need so require,
It needs so requirement. He wants it now. They're both at the age now. They're both ready. Come on.
let him do what he will.
Let him do what he will. Go ahead and lay with her. Why? Because she's already his wife. They're engaged. There's no law being broken. Come on.
He sinneth not.
He don't sin because she's promised to him. Come on.
Let them marry.
Let them have sex. Go ahead. Why? Get 1 Corinthians 7:2.
1 Corinthians 7 verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication,
That's why. Let them marry. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication. Come on.
let every man have his own wife.
How many wives?
His own wife.
Nah, it's plural. It's just wives.
His own W-I-F-E.
Okay. Wife. One. Come on.
They forgot the S.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, the Ebonic version.
In their Bible, there's
Wife.
an S.
The urban Bible.
Let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Her
No
own-
sharing, sister.
Like Leah and Rachel had to do. No sharing.
Okay?
Read on.
And as for you sisters again that keep calling us, my husband wants to take another wife. What should I do? What should I do? This is the scripture for here. Read.
Read this.
Watch him go. You gonna do? You gonna go to Greek? Nah, you read the Greek. The word wife mean orgy, brother. What the hell are you talking about?
Mean jump off.
Yeah, it means slide off, brother. Brothers always gonna be deep in the different languages. When they want to push their doctrine, they gotta go into Hebrew and Greek.
Language.
They can never go into English and break it down. They can never use the precepts. They gotta use Greek and Hebrew. Greek and Hebronics. Hebrew Ebonics. Read verse 3 again. Verse 3.
Verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Now this is going into if they lay together. This man, like he did, like Tobit did, he went into the chamber and they had sex. This is beyond betrothal now. This is they had sex now. They've had sex, he can't withdraw now. He can't stop now. Come on.
And likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Likewise, she must do the same. Now, read on to verse 5.
The wife hath not power over her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband hath not power over his own body, but the wife.
They belong to each other now. They want it, they gotta get it. If man wants sex, she has to give it to him. She wants sex, she gotta give it to her. They belong to each other. Verse 5.
Defraud ye not one the other,
Don't withdraw sex with each other. Come on.
except it be with consent for a time,
Unless you both agree you will not have sex. Come on.
that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
That's the only time sex is not permitted. During fasting and prayer. Come on.
And come together again,
And then they come together again, like Tobit and Tobias and Sarah did. They come together. Come on.
that Satan tempt ye not for your incontinency,
Meaning for your lacking, for your withdrawal.
your
All right.
lack of self-control.
Yeah, your lack of self-control. So let's go back to 1 Corinthians 7 and read verse 37 now.
Corinthians 7 verse 37.
Paul doesn't deviate from what he says in the beginning of his chapters. He's just going into different topics, but it's all alluding to the same thing. Verse 37.
Nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart.
Nevertheless, if a man chooses, you know what? I can go without sex with my engaged wife. I can go without laying with my fiance. Come on.
Having no necessity.
Having no need for it. Come on.
But have power over his own will.
But he has a power to not want, power to not lust. Come on.
And has so decreed in his heart that he will keep his virgin.
And has decreed in his heart that he will keep his wife but not lay with her. He does well. Because now there's no distraction. He has no need for lust. He's good. He can go without it. All right. 37. I'm sorry, Mr. Parker. 39. Go ahead.
Verse 39.
Yes. Yeah. No, 38. 38.
Verse 38. So then he that giveth her in marriage doeth well.
So if a man gives his daughter in marriage, he does well. Come on.
But he that giveth her not in marriage doeth better.
If she remains unmarried, she does better because she has no distractions on how to please her husband. You read above. You understand? So read on.
The wife. This is what Deacon Yawasop was saying earlier about there's no scripture you could find to circumvent going and being with this woman that's married. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. Y'all need to meditate on that. Write that on your brains. Gonna repeat it again. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. Because some women are saying, oh, he's spiritually dead. he's evil, he's not doing what you're supposed to do as a husband, he's spiritually dead. Brother, come spend the night at my house now. My husband, is he alive, sister? Yeah, he's alive, but he's spiritually dead. He's not even acting like an Israelite no more. What the scriptures say? The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth.
And she can't kill him.
Go ahead.
She can't get her brother to beat him up and kill him. Because that's what some of the sisters want to do.
That's what David did. But Bathsheba, he had a man killed for her.
Alright?
See what happened to him? Go ahead.
Come beat this Negro up. He been mistreated me. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. But if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord.
Not an unbeliever. She got married to the Israelite. Now, I'm sorry, I missed the point. Read verse 36, the last part of verse 36. Let him do what he will.
Verse 36.
Yes.
If she pass the flower of her age and need so require,
he needs to have sex. He can't contain. Come on.
Let him do what he will. He sinneth not. Let them marry.
Let them marry. Jump up to verse 9.
Verse 9. But if they cannot contain,
they're saying the same thing. They cannot contain. Come on.
Let them marry.
Let them marry. Come on.
For it is better to marry than to burn.
Better to have sex than to burn in lust. Saying the same thing. Verse 36 and verse 9 is the same thing being said. All right. So now let's get Exodus 21.
Your brothers all right? Your brothers all right? Yes, sir. Your sisters all right?
Exodus 21 verse 7. Matter of fact, read verse 2. So I don't gotta go there later on. Exodus 21 verse 2.
Exodus 21 verse 2. If thou buy an Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve. And in the 7th, he shall go out free for nothing.
So the same goes for a Hebrew maidservant. They work for you for 6 years, the 7th year, they can go. If they choose to stay, you put it all in their ear, they stay with you forever. That's the law. I'm going to say it again. For a Hebrew servant or a Hebrew maidservant, they're to remain with you for 6 years, and they cannot go beyond the 7th. 7th year, they go free. If they love you and want to stay with you, you put it all in their ear, and they stay with you forever. That's the law. Now, let's go to verse 7 now. Keep that in mind. After 6 years, they can go.
Verse 7. If a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servant do.
Now, how long the men servant stay? 6 years. Now read verse 7 again.
And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant,
if a man sells his daughter to be a maidservant, come on.
She shall not go out as the men servants do.
Now she's supposed to, but it's going to explain why this sister who was sold as a maidservant cannot go out as the men servants do. Next verse.
And she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself.
That's why she can't leave. Because she's engaged to him now. He said, you know what, I want to marry you. You're my maidservant, but you know what, I want to marry you now. Now, there's deceit behind this, as you read further on. Come on. You have a question, Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said engaged to the master, right?
Yeah, the master, who she was sold to. He decides, I want to marry her. Rather than her be my maidservant, I want her to be my wife now. She's engaged to him now. Betrothed. Come on.
If she please not her master who hath betrothed her to himself.
Now it says he decides, you know what? Now remember, she's married to him now, so she has to stay longer. Then he decides, you know what? I don't want to be with you now. I don't want to marry you. That's evil as hell. That's what they're going to read. That's what he's doing. Read on.
Then shall he let her be redeemed.
Let someone else buy her away from you. Now she's still a maidservant. Let someone buy her from you. But his agenda was to keep her longer by saying, be my wife. So she can't go nowhere after 6 years. Come on.
To sell her unto a strange nation, he shall have no power.
He is not allowed to sell her unto other nations. Come on.
Seeing he had dealt deceitfully with her.
See what he did? He dealt deceitfully with her, because rather than marry her like he's supposed to, alright, or let her go free as a maidservant, he says, I'm gonna marry you. So she can't go nowhere. No one can buy her because she's betrothed to him. She can't leave because she's betrothed to him. So he's being slick. So it says he dealt deceitfully with her. So let her go, let her be redeemed, let her be bought out. That's what the Most High is saying. Read on.
And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters.
She's no longer his maidservant, she's now his daughter-in-law. Now the thing switches. Joel.
Because he lied to her, lied and dealt deceitfully to her, it wasn't considered betrothal. The Most High didn't bring that two together, right?
No, he tried to be slick and keep her longer. You understand? It says she will not go out. She will not go out as the men servants do, because in 6 years he can go free. It says he betrothed her unto himself. He don't want to let her go. He betrothed her unto himself, so she can't go free.
Okay.
He went on longer than the 6 years.
Okay.
You understand?
Not to marry.
That was the agenda. He said, I want to betroth you unto myself, so she can't go as the men servants do. You understand? Then it says all of a sudden he finds no. It says he finds no favor her now. It says she please not her master. I mean, he's like, I don't like you now. I don't know. Your hair is not done today. You gotta get out of here. Read from the top again.
If she please not her master.
He decides, you know what? I don't want to deal with you now. Go ahead. Read verse 7 again. Yeah.
And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servants do.
It's going to explain why. How Joel, men servants, when did they leave?
6 years.
Now it says she will not go out as the men servants do. Now Hebrew maid servants can go out as men servants do, but it's saying she cannot go out as men servants do. It's going to explain why she can't go out as men servants do in the next verse.
If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself.
That's why, because he betrothed her to himself, so she cannot leave. You understand?
Right. The thing changed when he betrothed her.
Yes,
because she was supposed to be able to go like the men servants go after 6 years. So that the woman, she's supposed to be able to go, but he said, I'm going to marry you. So now she has to stay there. Now he's going to come up with a deceitful reason to get rid of her.
Yes. That's going to explain. It's a negative context here. Come on.
If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed.
Let her be bought out. Let somebody else buy her away from you. If you don't want to deal with her, let somebody buy. Because remember, he ain't lay with her yet. It says betrothed here. You understand? So he don't want to deal with her. Fine. She's a maidservant. She remains a maidservant, but she's betrothed to him. So let her be bought out then. That's the law concerning the maidservant. Let someone buy her out then.
That's only for the maidservant.
Maidservants. Talk about maidservants here. He betrothed his maidservant unto himself. Then he said, you know what? I don't want to deal with you. Then the Most High says, fine. If that's the case, then let somebody redeem her. Let someone buy her away from you then.
Betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed.
Come on, concerning maidservants. Come on.
To sell her unto a strange nation, he shall have no power.
Look at that thought crosses his mind. Alright? Most High says, you can't do that either. Come on.
Seeing he had dealt deceitfully with her.
See what it says in the bottom. Seeing he had dealt deceitfully with her. Because she was supposed to leave as the men servants do. But she couldn't leave because she betrothed unto himself so she can remain longer. Okay? Read on.
And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters.
Because she's still a maidservant even though she's promised to him. But in this instance, she can go free if he finds no pleasure in her. Because he was trying to be slick. So he goes, if he decides to betroth her unto his son, then deal with her as the manner of a daughter, not a maidservant anymore.
Exactly.
Because remember, she's betrothed to him, but she's still his maidservant. So she can't go anywhere, she can't leave after 6 years, and she can't be bought away from him. because she's promised to him. So no man can come and buy her away. You understand? That's why it says he dealt deceitfully with her. Then it says if he betroths her to his son, he got to deal with her differently now. He can't deal with her as a maidservant. He got to deal with her as a daughter. Everybody understand?
Mm-hmm.
So we
different situation.
Different situation.
Okay.
This is a maidservant situation. Man being wicked as hell. That's all it's going into.
I'm talking about like he betrothed her unto himself, but in this case situation, he betrothed her into the son.
Yeah, the son. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Two different situations. Exactly.
That if he later on does that.
Yeah, later on does that.
Oh, later on, okay.
But he was talking about.
He two scenarios.
Right.
One scenario is he betrothed her to himself.
For himself first.
Yeah, first. And the second scenario is if he decides to marry her to his son.
Okay, it's connected to the first situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
You got it?
Yeah.
You got it? No, it's not connected. The first situation is if she's a maidservant. You understand?
It's two different. Okay. Two
different situations.
It's two different things, but he betrothed her to himself first.
Okay.
And then the Most High say, in another case, if you do this for your son, now it's a different one.
Yeah, different situation.
And he decides that
If he decides, that's the point. If he decides he's going to let
okay, that's a different situation now.
Yeah.
Okay, he's explaining now you have to deal with her like you're dealing with your daughter.
Right.
Not a
It's
maidservant.
no longer a husband-wife relationship. Okay, now we're going to get to the next part that people confuse.
It's a part that he pulled.
If the same man from the beginning now is what he's talking to, if he take him another wife
Takes him another wife.
instead of the one that he dealt deceitfully with,
There you go.
her food,
Her food is the maidservant the father sold it to.
The first one.
The first one. Her food, come on.
her raiment,
Her clothes,
and her duty of marriage,
come on.
shall he not diminish.
Shall he not diminish. He can't treat one better than the other. He has the obligation to deal with her as a wife. He can't mistreat the other one because he married someone else. You understand? Now read the next verse. Because he didn't lay with this one. And they say duty of marriage is sex here, brother. When you read the next verse, it's going to prove it's not. Read the next verse.
And if he do not these three unto her,
If he does not those three things to her, come on.
then shall she go out free without money.
She can be redeemed. She can go. She can go. Because he tried to keep her there by betrothing her unto himself. It's going back to verse 7 again.
He's trying to keep her long as.
Yes, as a wife. To betroth the maidservant. You understand?
And because he took another woman and he didn't fulfill these this obligation, she can go. Then nobody has to spend money to redeem her.
Or provide for both.
Provide for both.
Or he has to provide for both equally. That's what it's going into. Israel goes, see, this means you got more than one wife.
Exactly.
This has nothing to do with that. During this time you could, but this is not talking about that. This is talking about the man has a maidservant who he's betrothed, who he's promised in marriage to, and goes and marries somebody else. He has to treat both of them equally. And if he does not treat the first wife the way he treats the second, she can leave. That's it. They use this verse to go, see, you got more than one wife. But 1 Corinthians says one wife, one husband. But they bypass that somehow. Somehow they bypass it. I gotta go into the Greek. I gotta go into the Ebonics to break that down, brother. Because English, I don't understand English. You know, I speak it fluently. I can't speak Greek fluently or Hebrew, but I'm gonna try to go into those languages to break the scriptures down. You dumb as hell and wicked as hell.
And I say always to the brothers, every time I get a chance to say it, you men should be happy that the Most High has put you in the presence of men who can deliver this understanding to you. Because the people that are following the doctrine that we're teaching you not to follow, they're gonna pay. They shall not be innocent, as the scripture said that we read before. There's consequences to pay. So I'm happy that I got the right understanding of this because yes, it was taught to me the wrong way.
So the duty of marriage here is going into relations, sexual relations, but not in this context here.
Right.
Because he didn't lay with the
He didn't
first
lay
wife.
with her.
If he did, she couldn't go nowhere.
Exactly.
Until he dies. You understand? That would be contradiction there. How could she leave if he slept with her already?
Exactly.
She can't go nowhere.
And what he's saying is he don't want to deal with her.
Exactly.
I want to get somebody else. I'm not going to deal with her as a wife does.
So she can go.
So she can go. If they would have had sex,
That's it.
that would have been
That's
it. He's not telling her in this next verse then you can leave. How's she going to leave if she's married to him? And they had sex.
She can't.
She can't.
But this law here is based on the maidservant. She's betrothed. He betrothed the maidservant to him. So the conditions still remain that she's a maidservant even though she's betrothed to him. So in this context, as a maidservant, she's free to go if he's not treating her properly as a maidservant who's betrothed unto him. Therefore, she can go.
So that's the law of the maidservant.
That's the law of the maidservant.
Being betrothed.
Yes, if he takes another wife unto himself, he has to treat them both equally. If not, the first one, that verse 10 and 11 is referring to, she can go. Yes, Joel, yes. I want to make sure you understand.
Yeah, I understand completely. So there's no law saying that another woman that's betrothed that is not a maidservant can be, he could get rid of her.
They ain't talking about that. He's talking about another wife and the maidservant he's dealing with before her. That's all it's going into.
Okay.
All right, don't complicate it. All it's going into is him having a maidservant that he betrothed unto himself, being slick, dealing with her deceitfully, and then he goes and takes another wife. The Lord says either treat them both equally and righteously, or the first one can go.
He'll have to treat the maidservant
the same
equal as he would treat a wife.
Exactly. And a lot of Israelites don't treat their wives, plural, equally. They sitting at home scratching their balls while their wife go to work.
They sitting home scratching themselves looking for another wife online
on the phone
and not taking care of the wife that they have. And that's why I said those dumb sisters, they get what they deserve. If you fall for the okie doke, the rope-a-dope, the sister, I want you to be my wife, you pleases me.
I see a connection.
I see a connection. That's good for you. You are now in an adulterous relationship with this man. And judgment is going to come to you.
Now remember, it says she shall go out free without money. I mean, she can just leave. No one has to buy her out of his hand. She can just leave. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 22. We're going to be verse 28 and 29.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 28.
Now, this is the scripture. This is the famous scripture that is used for rape. This is the famous rape scripture that I've heard so much about.
The rape scripture.
The rape scripture. I'm going to deal with that another topic. I'm going to deal with that hard too. We read verse 28. The famous rape scripture that only Hebrew, we can only use Hebrew to break it down. No precepts for it, just Hebrew and Greek to break it down.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed,
which is not engaged, promised to anyone, she's single, come on,
and lay hold on her,
and takes her, come
and
on,
lie with her.
Now to lay hold on me, rape to them. Read on.
And they be found.
Now, they be found. Now, why does it say they be found? Joel.
Because she was consensual with the situation. They agreed together that they're going to have sex.
Very good. They be found. Now, from the verses 22 and 28, what do they all have in common? 22 is concerning what? Leon.
That's about adultery.
Adultery. Do you commit adultery in public? No, you don't. You go, hey, that's your wife? I'm gonna lay with her right in front of you. That's dumb as hell. Do you lay with a man's fiance or promised, or I guess I use the term fiance, for lack of a better word. Do you lay with a man's fiance in public? No. And it talks about rape later on. Verse 25 about falsehood. Do you rape someone in public? No. So what do all these have in common? They're all done what?
Secret.
And what? Secret. In secret. So now read verse 28 again.
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed,
finds a sister which is not engaged, she's single,
and lay hold on her, and lie with her,
come on,
and they be found,
meaning they get caught, because marriages were arranged, remember? So she goes and lay with a dude, and they do it on the low. So there's no ties, no marriage certificate, no marriage chamber. No one knows. It's a booty call. They're just laying together. They be found and they get caught in the midst of it.
The way that they be found is people are saying, hey, wait a minute. You people are not married. What y'all coming out that place together for? There was never no marriage ceremony. We don't know if you be. Why y'all sneaking around? That's what it means be found. What are you doing in his house? What is she doing in your house?
They be found. Come on.
That's what be found means.
Yep, caught. Come on.
I'll give you an example. If you have a sister that leaves from one congregation and everybody knew that the sister was with a particular brother and she's with somebody else, That's the same thing, because they know that she belongs somewhere. They know that she
They be
belongs.
found.
That's
What he's saying. They be found.
They be found.
What they be found out? Yo, wasn't you with this congregation?
Exactly.
What are you doing over here with this man?
The same thing.
Not come with us, sister. They explain it to you wrong. We'll allow you to come here and be an adulterer here. We have men for you here. We like you here. We'll treat you nice.
We swap wives here.
We swap wives. We allow it.
Read verse 29.
Then the man that lay with her shall give her unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife.
Why? Because he wasn't planning on paying no dowry. They was just laying together on the low, creeping on the low. So he says, when they get caught, you gotta pay that dowry. That's your wife now. You can't put her away. But that's what he was doing. He was laying with her and keeping her moving. Read again.
Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. Because he hath humbled her, he may not put her away all his days.
You can't put her away. Because that now it's known. That's your wife now. Now you got to stay with her.
Everybody knows.
You stuck with her. This say they go see it says lay hold on and humble. That means he raped her and humiliated her and raped her. Well, what scripture is that, brother? What the priest said? You going to the Hebrew word? The word Hebrew? No, brother. Show me the name one instance in the scriptures where rape was committed and there was no death behind it. Anyone know the time when that took place? Amnon raped Tamar. Did he die? Shechem raped Dinah. Did he die? Oh, so how can all of a sudden it be lawful? He can rape her,
And you gotta pay for your daughter being raped.
Yeah, they say that if she's not betrothed, it's lawful to rape, because if she has a menstrual, she's a grown woman. So I did research. A 9-year-old girl can have a menstrual. So a man, according to the Bible, is 20 years old. So by your Hebonics, it's lawful for a 20-year-old man to forcefully sexually abuse a 9-year-old girl and then pay the father
50
shekels of
shekels.
silver.
I found your daughter and I raped her.
Those of y'all who follow that, you're going, I'm trying to keep it PG-13. Those of y'all who teach that doctrine or follow behind men that teach that doctrine, I look forward to your incarceration. I look forward to it. Because there's no, how do you take the Bible and use it and say that means rape? How do you conjure that up? I'm gonna tell you why. Because these men that teach this doctrine, they hate the black woman. So they go into the Bible and they look for ways so they can lawfully inflict harm on them. That's how they do it. Yo, the black woman can't be humble no other way but through rape, nigga. Don't you see that? That's what they say. They wrote this to me on YouTube. The only way you can humble a black woman is by raping them. So you gotta go into the Bible and use your Hebonics to show me that it's okay for a 20-year-old man to rape a 9-year-old and up if she's menstruating. I look forward to seeing you in prison.
Hey, you know what's a good thing about what Deacon Aitan just said when he said I look forward to see you in prison? That same fairy tale you made up in your mind to rape that woman, you're going to get the reality of it in prison.
They're going to betroth you in prison.
They're going to betroth you in
and
prison.
humble you.
They're going to humble you.
And pay the prison guard 50 cents of silver.
Okay, give the guard some money.
And there ain't no marriage chamber in there.
Ain't no marriage chambers in there. There's plenty of chambers in the prison. Plenty of chambers to choose from. We put the curtains in front of the bars.
And that's why we look forward to your incarceration. Okay? They're going to make a woman out of you. They're going to make you a damsel.
Because guess what? When you teach that doctrine, you're going to teach the wrong person that doctrine. And the person's going to execute it and say, I learned it from them. They're going to lock all of them up. And those who are associated with them are locked up.
And hopefully when you go in prison, y'all ever saw the movie The Green Mile?
Yeah,
You see how big that dude was? Hopefully that's your cellmate.
Yeah. Rufus the Rod.
The health inspector.
His name is Rufus the Rod.
Hey, that Negro that no shoes in the prison could fit him.
Yeah. That reads the Bible. He goes, I ain't in the Bible.